Chap tales. Don't you wanna hear some chap tales? Doobie 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 doo. Doobie 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 doo. What is happening? People! Hey dee dees! How you doing, peeps? You alright? Okay, so we are here with another chap tale. Another one. 134. Am I getting through to you yet? Okay. Alright, so thought of another little story for you. This one is about a fishing trip that I am done with a pal of mine called Alex down at Camden Canal. So I mean, when we was like young, we had the choice really of Hampstead Heath, all over the heath, about 6 lakes you can fish on, all sorts of fish, or you could jump on a bus and go down to Camden Lock and fish there. Now, yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good little having the choice. You know what I mean? Where are we going today? Yeah, it was right laugh. Anyway, let's get on with the story, Chapman. Okay, so this day in particular, we must have tried to get a gang of us to go down there, because we usually go down there in like 6s and 7s, you know what I mean? But this particular time, couldn't find no one but me and Alex to go, so boom, just said, alright, let's just do it. So we jumped on either the C2 or the 214, one of those buses. They both take you down to the canal. Yeah, so we went down and then we made our way onto the canal and to the part that's behind Sainsbury's. So we set up there, so we're sitting there. I was float fishing. Alex was using like a little mini leisure bomb and like some little rig or whatever, and he was casting, so his lead was hitting the back wall and then boom, dropping straight into the water there. And then he had like a little bite alarm optonic, I don't know what it was, just some little bite alarm, whatever. So he was there, and I think he was using worms, brandlings, I think. And I had a pint of Maggots, and I was sitting next to him, but I was just float fishing, so I was just trying to cast as far to the back wall as I could, and then like we're plumbing the depth, and it was like 6 foot deep, so you have to like cast out with like a big long, do you know what I mean? But he was having a lot more results than me. He was catching a fish per cast, you know what I mean? So he was sort of having 6 or 7 fish to every one that I was having, you know what I mean? Little roach and perch. So yeah, so we was there a couple of hours, just keep going, chatting away. I had a little radio playing, I think, and anyway, a narrow boat's come, like we see it coming through the lock that's like to our right, a little further down, whatever. It's come through anyway. It's coming up towards us. When narrowboats come past, I had to reel in because I had my line going straight out across the water to the float. But Alex, because he was using a leisure bomb, it was sinking the line basically, and he had like some sort of way of sinking the line at his rod, do you know what I mean? So it sort of goes along the bottom. So he didn't have to reel in or whatever, so I've reeled in and then I'm waiting for him to pass. And as they're going past, there's some like pretty girls, should we say, like, and they was a bit older than us, but not too much older. So Alex is giving it the old wolf whistles and that, and these girls were all laughing and smiling, and do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't even look like there was any fellas on the boat. Anyway, boats passed, and we're sort of like waving at them, and they're waving back or whatever. And then it just carried on down the canal, and then it went under, like where Camden Road is. It's like a tunnel for boats. So anyway, we're sitting there. I've cast back axe, the boat's gone, whatever. Boom, we're chatting away or whatever. Then we can hear some sort of commotion, and like we look round in the direction of where the boat went. This is like a good 10 minutes later as well. Like anyway, there's some fella coming up he's like, there's a path that goes under Camden Road for pedestrians to walk on, as well as a canal for boats. But anyway, yeah, so he's coming towards us, like, and this ain't no small geezer. I swear to God, it could have been The Rock out of wrestling. He's like coming towards us, like, and I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was like looking at Alex, and he's just like, I don't know, mate, I don't know. So anyway, he's come straight to us, like, and he's saying, what do you think you're doing, firing maggots with your little catapult at my daughters or whatever? And we're like, we ain't fired nothing, what are you talking about? Anyway, he's grabbed Alex round the scruff of the neck, like, and basically just picked him up, like, he's still in a seated position, like, just like, so anyway, yeah, so he's like proper screaming at Alex and all that, like, and I'm thinking, God, like, do you know what I mean? There's not really anything I can do about this, because we're just kids, like 12-year-olds, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh my God, this is nuts, like, and it was getting quite heated, like, and Alex was starting to like say to him, get off me, and whatever, and the geezer's just like, he's blaming us for like firing maggots with our catapult at their boat, which we never done whatsoever. Anyway, to our luck, there's two fellas, like runners, like they're dressed like runners, and they're just jogging up the path or whatever. So when they get to us, like, they stop, and then they're sort of like saying to the guy, what's going on or whatever, like, and the guy's like, oh, fuck off, mate, do you know what I mean? Don't worry about it, it's nothing to do with you. Anyway, to our luck, it turns out that these two fellas are like police officers, off-duty police officers, and they're like they're on, one of them's on his phone or whatever, obviously ringing other police that are on duty or whatever to come and sort the situation out. So this fella's still got Alex, and I swear he was still in a seated position. But the guy's going, look, mate, look, we're Metropolitan police officers, whatever, and they're trying to show him some cards or something, I don't know, but he's like, can you put him down, please, and we will talk about what's happened here. Anyway, in the end, because the guy's seen their cards and he must realise that they are police officers or whatever, and then he's put Alex down on the seat, still in the seated position, just like, puts him back in. And like that, they pulled him over away from us, sort of thing, and then one of them's talking to us, one of them's talking to him. And then I was saying to the guy, I said, look, he's accused us of firing maggots at his boat as he's gone past. But I swear to God, I said, look at that pot of maggots. It's like, that is a full to the top pot of maggots. What maggots have I fired at him? You know what I mean? Like, we're just not doing nothing wrong. We're just here days fishing, then we're going home. And the guy's like, yeah, all right, mate, don't worry. And then, so we're sitting there waiting for the guy that's talking to him to finish talking to him, like, and he's like, it's calmed him right down, because he was in a rage. He was gonna kill us. Anyway, so the guys sort of said to him, look, go back to your boat and carry on with your day or whatever, like, and we'll sort these out, all right? And he's like, all right. And then so this guy's bowled off, and he's walking down through the tunnel under Camden Road, whatever. And then the two off-duty police officers sort of said to us, look, we hope you haven't been firing maggots at people. And I said, do you know what, right? Maggots are too expensive to fire at people. Do you know what I mean? I can't afford to keep going down Sharpies and buying these pints of maggots off him. And yeah, so they was like, look, we hope we weren't doing that, right? But anyway, like, and then to sort of finish it all off, they said, oh, but can you two pack up please now and leave? Like, and we was looking at another 2 hours at least of like catching fish, and they was like, please just pack up and leave now please. And so, do you know what I mean, before, we're not going to like wait for them to go and then reset off. Nah, they carried on with their run. Like, they was going towards where the guy had gone, like on Camden Road or under Camden Road. Anyway, they ran out on, and we sort of packed up our gear, and then it was funny because we sort of went up this little hill onto the road, and boom, the bus was coming down the road. We was like, what? And then we just jumped straight on the bus, boom, we was back in Ingestor before you knew it. But it was quite scary, to tell you the truth, because like, he's only little, you know what I mean, like, and when we see this geezer coming up the thing, he was like proper hench, I'm telling you, like, he was like, and it was just funny the way he picked Alex up, and Alex just had his feet in a seated position the whole time, like oh, but that was proper funny. Well, it weren't at the time, but when you look back at it now, it was proper funny. But I think he heard us wolf whistling the girls who he said was his daughters, and because they was all like waving at us and all that, like he's obviously got the right to hump, and he's thought, I'm gonna go and give these geezers what for. But yeah. Okay, well, alright, that's another chap tale for you. Yeah, so please like, subscribe, comment, smash bells, and do the stuff that we need you to do. Alright, thank you for listening. Cheers. Nice one.
Chap tales. Don't you wanna hear some chap tales?